Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and geeks. It's once again the Real Talk with Dom and Sam. How you doing today?
Well, I'm fine. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but hey, I'm fine. Huffle, get away from the TV.
Once again, people, here she is talking about her cat. Early on in the show, not even midway through.
She climbed up on the thing where my TV is and is scratching the TV because she sees she sees photos moving on the TV.
Well, that's cool.
She's weird.
Well, I really don't know what we're talking about. I had an idea of sorts because I turned 25 the other day.
Yeah, it was Dom's birthday.
Yes, now I'm 5 more years to 30, and that seems like
He's a quarter of a century.
Yeah, that used to seem like a long time away, and now, like, I remember just looking at my ID and go, I'm gonna be 25 for like 5 years now. Oh boy, it happened real fast.
Hey, I'm only a year behind you, so.
Yeah, but you're more like, you're more stable in the head about things.
What do you mean? I still live at home with my parents.
Well, in the head you are. You're like stable. We're all gonna be stuck in a situation for a while. That's what we can talk about. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna go there, are we?
Maybe. Let's see. Like, it's funny. Everybody, like, this show was supposed to turn out to be about people with disabilities, and it will be, I think a lot of topics will touch base on that, I guess. But the more and more I'm thinking about these things week by week, and just talking to Sam, we talk pretty much every day, but we talk about the show, and we're like, hey, how's your day going? It's kind of like a working relationship. She's like my working wife or whatever.
Yeah, but we talk on a personal basis quite a bit.
We do, because we get bored. And we're like, what are you doing? Not much. So, she's, it's kind of interesting. I think with, at least I know for me personally, I always feel like I missed out on something in life. And it's not that I was like, deprived of it. It was just, it never came about for me. So when I'm in like normal situations, what I mean by normal situations, like everyday shit with people, like, you're in group settings with people and they're talking about this and that, and you're like, whoa, I sort of, I understand that. Like, I understand the emotional aspect of that experience because I went through it. But physically, because I'm in this chair, I didn't really have to go through it. I watch other people do it. It's not like watching a movie because I was in the area, or I was in that vicinity of the person, but you know, you know, um, and this is and Sam's ready for like 4 kids. By the way, we'll talk about that soon too.
Not right now. Like 10 years, Dom. In like 10 years.
Oh. But like I said, as I keep going through these experiences, I find myself not missing or missing out on things, but not really realizing that even the quote unquote able-bodied crowd of people don't go through what we see to be the common, adolescence, movie. I just call it the movie style, the '90s movie style way of living, or like the '80s movie style where they're living, like the Fast Times at Richmond High, the American Pies. I'm not talking about the oversexed, versions, but just
Hey,
the
American
everyday.
Pie was good. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay, well, it's a good film, but like I'm not talking about like wild parties. I'm just talking about parties in general. Like I didn't get invited because I couldn't make it through the door. It wasn't that I was a cool dude. My friends would still carry me up the stairs and do things, but most time I couldn't get a ride. So that just kind of hurts the mellow of everything. But I kind of miss out on that because now I'm in college and people are like a sleeping around or getting really drunk really fast. And I'm like, hey, that doesn't seem fun to me because I'm kind of old body. But I had some experiences that they won't experience. I've met people that like most people won't meet. So I guess it's just you gotta take what you can get. Apples and oranges. Grass is always greener. Perceptual shit. But being 30, being 25, like hit me on the head when like it was funny because me and my friend had this moment where he asked me how my birthday went. He's like 20. He's 20. He'll be 26 this year. He'll be 26 this year, and he was saying that he was like, "How was your birthday?" And I was like, "I went to the doctor's and I went to class." He said, "That wasn't a birthday." I said, Comic book club gave me my comic book club. Shout out to them if they ever listen to this. They threw a little party for me. That was cool. But he was like, did you, first thing he says, Dom, how was your birthday? And I said, I was in my head. He was like, you had a grown up birthday then, huh? I was like, yeah, it was just another day. It just felt like another day. It just felt kind of sad because it was my birthday. Like, oh yeah, I'm getting old. I wasn't happy like, you were when you were a kid. Like, you get that birthday and you're excited. Like, I get gifts, I get cake, I get to see people that love me. They get to sing it. They get to sing a song, and the older you get, the more embarrassing it kind of gets. But you're like, I'm one step closer to being an adult. My parents can't tell me shit. And then you get to become an adult, and you're like,
You don't want to be an adult.
no, no way, man. I'm the biggest kid you probably know.
Well, okay, that's a lie. I like to be an adult, but I don't like all the responsibility and the worry and the financial stress and all of that comes with being an adult.
Well, financial stress I get now. Since I ain't got no kid, I don't have any kids or any long term relationship that's you know demanding. And even if it was demanding, I probably it wouldn't stress me out too much. But I don't have any major responsibility.
Like, Dom's talking about his birthday and, like, not being, like, left, not being involved with everything per se. And I kind of think that I had it opposite. Like, I grew up pretty much doing anything and everything I wanted to do. To some extent, like, my mom made it happen. And then I had birthday parties until I was 14. I don't know. Yeah, but like I never went out because I didn't want to go out. Not like Dom who wanted to go out and would have gone out if he could have got a ride. Like you're talking to a girl who just wasn't interested. Like she purposely aligned herself against like the partiers and the drug people and all of those types of people in my town.
I wasn't like against partying, but I did get like that whole I was never a follower. I wasn't like, oh, since everybody's doing this, I'm gonna go do this. But what I like to be is I see. I take from experiences, and I like to learn from moving in crowds of people. Cause I grew up with a bunch of friends, and I had birthday parties for a while, for a long time, and then they became family functions around the same time that you did. And then like once I got to be a teenager, I kind of did what you did, but my thing was I just kind of missed out on some. I can't say life lessons, but experiences that kind of combine people, connect people deeply. Like when you're in a wheelchair, I think, or when you have any type of disability, you feel some type of disconnect, even if you choose to or not. I think a lot of like for me, I chose to be the anti guy when I was in school because me being anti, first of all, I didn't agree with popularity. I don't agree with popularity. I don't agree with the label system.
Yeah, but you're never gonna change it, Dom. And you kind of fall into that in college too, except where it's different. You're like segregated.
Yeah, in college is more lax.
Well, in college you're segregated by your major, and then even in that, you're segregated in what you like to do. Like, there were our radio mass commie friends, and then there were our TV mass comm friends, and then there were our mass comm friends that really wanted to be journalists. And then there were the one or two mass comm friends who wanted to be photographers, but their parents thought photography degrees wasn't good enough. Like, they needed a 4-year degree.
Yeah, like for me, because I'm a jack of all trades type of guy, I know people from all over, but like, I never was really defined by my degree either. Like, even when I was starting out, I was just like, oh, I knew these guys over here, I knew these guys over here. Same with high school, I never was in a clique. Like, if I had to be in a clique, it was just a bunch of guys that didn't fit anywhere. Like, they used to, you know how we get the labels like, oh, he was a goth or he was a jock or whatever. I was just dumb. They'd be like, that brother's weird. I got to know him as rapping, but that still didn't define me as what I was doing, because I would scream and shout and run people's feet over. I was known as an ass or a dick. That's pretty much common. She's probably gonna beep all this out, but I don't care.
I could, or I could just leave it. I may just leave it and put a disclaimer.
You should. But
like, I don't know. I kind of aligned myself with the television station when I was in college, but that kind of aligned me with people from every segregated part of my major, shall we say, because there were people who just liked to volunteer. And then there were some people that I knew, like the one person I knew that I sort of kind of grew up with. She's a cousin of my cousin. But we're not cousins. I'm sure Dom knows what I'm talking about.
I got you. She's the friend of a friend. You know.
And everybody's like, oh, you guys are cousins. And I'm like, no. We're cousins of our cousins. We have cousins in common, but we're not cousins.
Yeah, we're family. We're family by association.
But I knew her growing up because she's an only child, and she always used to ask her mom if she could play with me, like if I was gonna be at our cousin's house, because the cousins that I'm talking about are guys, and she's like, but if she's a girl, if I want to play, yeah. So I was usually there, like at their birthdays and Christmas and stuff. But she was in our major. Actually, she transferred in from a science major too, believe it or not. She wanted to be a photographer, but her mom and dad really, really wanted her to have a 4-year degree. So she did the mass comm thing. And I knew her, but she's like real quiet and shy and kind of kept to herself. But everybody else I knew helped out in the TV station. So we have somebody who's clearly in PR and has aligned herself in that, and she really loves it. And then we've got myself, and then a friend of ours who's in the beginning of journalism. And then I got a friend who pretty much gets free concert tickets all the time. And then we have a couple people who work in talk radio, believe it or not. So, but I'm trying to bring this back to what Dom was talking about. Is, I don't know, I just didn't feel like I missed out on anything. Like, I had friends from every different demographic, but as the older I got, like, I didn't really hang out with the psych kids, or I didn't really hang out with any of those. And like, I was in the science field for a couple of years, and so I knew a lot of people in the science degree, but we weren't really friends because we never really hung out, because they'd be like, oh, you want to go do this and you want to go do that, and I'd be like, no, I'm good.
See, I think my point about missing out isn't the fact that I missed out. Like, I don't really feel like I missed out on, like, how would you put it, like the partying and stuff, because that would have caused me to go down a road that I couldn't have I couldn't. I'm glad I avoided a lot of things that sometimes wish I did. But
has Dom ever got drunk in college?
Nah, cause I come from a long line of abusers. I have a really addictive personality, so I try to.
I come from a long line of alcoholics, but
so I refuse to. I have strong will. Trust me, I'm a strong-willed person. But if something tastes good, I might consume too much of it.
I'm lucky in the sense that like everybody in my family has addictive personalities, and I don't.
I have an addictive personality. I have a pretty. It's not strong where it's like addictive to like. I have my vices and I'm addicted to them, but it's not like I need it every day. I'm not fiending. I'm not fiending for a Pepsi every day.
Hey, just because I drink soda every day, okay, not every day, but that's not.
That wasn't a shot at you anyway, but you're feeling guilty conscience.
No, the thing is, I can give that up. I have no problem. It's just I don't want to. Like, I'm not addicted to it. I can go without it, but I prefer to have it.
Says every addict in the book.
Well, then how can I go over 6 months without drinking a pop and not even think twice?
What they call binge addicts.
Yeah, I can go a long time.
Yeah, case in point, the binge addict.
I don't know. Dom, it's just a force of habit. It's not an...
No, I'm messing with you, by the way. Listen, she's not addicted to her Pepsi. She's not like having an IV. Like, give me that carbonated sweetness.
No, it's just, I don't know. It's a habit.
I understand. Like, I'm a comic book reader. I got burnt out on comic books. I was reading every day. Like, I was reading so much.
Yeah, like, you just get into these habits. So, I don't know. I mean, I could, like, stock my fridge with water and drink tons of water. I've done that. It's just kind of a...
That's part of a... Everybody has an addictive personality. It's when... At least you're, like, at least we're aware of what we are capable. And that's another point that I wanted to bring up that I brought up about this show, too, that I talked to Sam about. I was like, I really want to talk about being disabled. There's a few things that, even though I kind of feel like I missed out on those common experiences, I run into people that didn't have the same experience as me, so I wouldn't call them common. I would just call them general. Let's say general. Let's make the word general. General experiences. But I also had the general experiences. I had the first loves. I had the horrible first kiss experience. I had the...
And I had all that, plus, years of Girl Scouts and...
I've had girlfriends, I've had relationships that end bad, I've had relationships that are great, and still, we still talk these days.
Cordial, yeah. I think we all have those. We have ones where you don't ever want to speak to them again, and then you have ones where, like, you realize you're better friends. So.
Yeah. Except, for me, I've seen a majority of them naked, so it's a little awkward when they meet their boyfriend. I'm like, hey. They're like, shut up, Dom. I'm like, I didn't say nothing. Don't tell me to shut up when I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but they know you. Like, I know you too, and yeah. Need I say more? Like, Dom's like, I'm just gonna listen to the subtle cues and figure you out. Where I am like, let's play 20 questions and get the answers I need.
Yeah, I'm a subtle cue. Like, I'll pick up on subtle cues.
Yeah, Dom's kind of right. Like, our experiences are a little bit different, but I feel like everybody's individual experience is a little bit different. I mean, having a disability has kind of, like, in a sense, helped weed some people out, but then, like, brought about the, oh, you're interesting and different. I want to be your friend. And you're like, no, creepo, no.
See, I've never had the creepy. It's so funny. I move out to college, and people like me because I'm so honest and open, and I don't let anything stop me. And I get this whole weird thing where they're like, "Oh, you're not like every other disabled person I've met. You're not mopey," and I'm like, "Mopey? Like, what do you mean mopey? Like everybody in cheers mopey?" And I'm thinking about it like, "Oh, that's a bad generalization, but it's semi true. It's semi true. Like if you run into a few of us on a good day, or a real bad day, but there's some people that walk around with dark clouds like they should be wearing black and dressing goth and listen to the most sad music in the world sometimes. But I feel like because I missed out on things or because I experienced things that most people didn't do, I got comfortable with myself real quick. I asked a girl one day, actually part of my disabled group, and this young, she was like 19, and she was talking to my friend and me, and she's like, I was like, yeah, I'm really okay. And she was like, you seem comfortable with yourself. If anything, I can't label you, but you're very comfortable with yourself. I was like, I am very comfortable with myself. I pride myself on it. I get naked anywhere without being drunk or under influence of anything.
And I'm too conservative to do that. Mm-hmm. But this topic has kind of wanted me to see it like the rest of this. I think we should talk about stereotypes, Dom.
All right, let's go for it.
Because that's always fun.
Yeah, and disabled stereotypes is kind of funny because they're semi-true and not true at the same time.
Well, there's stereotypes based on like a small segregated part of the population, which is what all stereotypes are based off of. But like, okay, a lot of people.
I feel like we're our own minority, in the sense that we have.
Yeah, but we have minorities within our minority, Dom.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm not talking about race, because obviously you can be any color under the sun.
Yeah, and be disabled. We definitely have minorities and minorities. I always tell people there's 3 columns of disabled people. There's A's, B's, and there's C's.
We got the able-bodied, I don't know. I'd consider them able-bodied, but they're not really able-bodied. They're like able.
They walk with a limp or a cane.
No, they're able to do things and able to be productive, but they don't want to be productive. They're like the lazy ables. Okay, that's what they should be. Yeah. And then then we've got like the category of people that they were too sheltered, and so they didn't learn any of these skills. So they can't do it. Because that's a completely different category. And then you've got the category of people who want to do it, but can't do it. And then you've got the category of people that can do it and want to do it.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Where I always go like this. I would say A, B, and C. And A's are people that walk with limps and, or have a disability where they can still move around with less assistance. So you'd be considered an AB. You may be an A minus, a B plus,
What, you talking to me about that?
Yeah. We'll throw you in there. See, I'm a solid B. I don't need too much assistance, but I need assistance. So when I talk about the government and the government's like, how much assistance do you need? And I'm like, can you give me this amount of assistance at this time, and the other times I don't need any? And I'm like, no, you can either be full blown or none at all. And I'm like, well.
Yeah, Dom is like very part time, from what I can gather.
Yeah, I'm very part time to the point where I wish like I didn't have them all the time. Like just throw me in the bed, get me up,
And then you need a little bit of assistance here and there, but like there are some people who need like 24-hour care.
Yep, and I don't blame them. And those people, the system was built for A's and C's. When you're a B, you don't really it once again, I am the trailblazer. We are the misfits with the characteristics, that are gifted. It's just out there trying to figure out what we do, and then I wish I wasn't A, because A's is they still move around and still able to do things. They might need a little assistance in the future, but hey, everybody does when they're old. So you know,
yeah, everybody does when they're old. Like
that's why
if
we
we're
have
talking
children.
about if we're talking about assistance,
free
like
labor.
I don't need any assistance, but Dom needs a little bit of assistance. And then I knew somebody who needed assistance but refused assistance. And so then it kind of fell on the burdens of his roommates, and then his roommates would get mad at him, and the whole situation was bad. And then you know what
that's the one reason why I kind of don't date able-bodied women too much, because it's the kind of a thing where you gotta play that as I like to call it, the juggle game. Because as a man, let me put it this way: as a man, I found this out, and this is very true. I just never had it happen to me where it's like, because I'm very open and honest, and I try not to cross that line with my staff. I never have, so let's put it out there. Knock on wood, I never crossed the line where it's like.
And Dom's just very honest to begin with.
Yeah, I'm super honest. I'm a little too brutally honest at times, but with for me as a man, it's hard for me to date an able-bodied woman and have female staff. And you try to get all male staff, but the market is full of this type of field is predominantly dominated by women, because women have more of a nurturing quality, so they pick it. I have nothing against that, but like, say if I was dating a woman, and then there's she would see me, like, let's say, throw a number out there, Sam.
Number for what?
Like, how many times, if I was dating a girl, how many times would you say an able-bodied woman would probably see me in a week?
Well, I'm not able-bodied per se.
But like you're a woman.
Yes, that I am. It kind of depends on what situation you were in.
Well, I'm just saying like she lives close by.
Yeah. A day? We're talking a day?
About a week.
A week.
So let's say three times a week.
I'd say 2 to 3 probably, because she'd be like, well, do you need help cooking? Do you need help cleaning? Oh, I can pop over and help you with that. But
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Dom. We can flip that around. Like, I've dated both able-bodied and disabled, and I don't have a preference per se.
But do you have staff?
No, I don't have staff. But I can tell you one thing. I go out in public. And I can either... But let me finish. I can go out in public, and I can be by myself. I can be with my niece, who's an infant, and everybody's like, I need to help her. Like, let me pick that up for you. Do you need me to get that for you? Can you get that? Like, somebody picked something up for me the other day and then patted me on the shoulder. I'm like, I thought to myself, I'm not a dog. But I said thank you and walked away.
Yeah, but what I was getting at is why it's so difficult when at least when you're in a male's perspective. Because
yeah, he can give you that.
Like say I go meet my girlfriend 3 times, she might come over to my house. My staff might be there doing laundry, whatever, it's okay. It just happens, you know what I'm saying? But say that she's a female. Some girls will get intimidated because, first of all, they know you're working, but you see that worker more than You see the woman that you're dating. You get me? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but or are you talking about jealousy? You afraid they're gonna get jealous?
I've had it happen.
You you just need to find the right woman. And I know that's kind of sad and I know that's like poetic, but it's true. Like the right person, able-bodied or disabled, is not going to give a shit.
Oh
It's
no,
just what it comes down to.
I have lots of them that don't give, but I never thought that was true because I looked at it like, yo, it's his business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the right person's going to be like, yeah, it is. And they're going to be able to trust you enough. Now, if you attract like creepy people and like psychotic people who have trust issues, then
Oh, that's my love story, I guess. But yeah, like I didn't think it was true at first. Then I met, then I have a best friend. You know, I went up to visit him in the upper part of Michigan. He is a he lives on his own. He needs about the amount of assistance that I do. So I went to his apartment. We were kicking in his apartment. He was drinking beer, talking mess, and he had this very attractive lady with him, which was his dad. And I started to see his relationship with her. And I literally was like, hey, bro, are you doing more with your staff than what she's required to do? And he was like, no, but she cared about him so much that you could see that even if it wasn't romantic, it looked odd from the outside.
that relationship wasn't professional.
It was teetering.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with staff, so I
Yeah,
can't really tell you.
but I'm telling you, these are the experiences. Like you say, if you found the right, these are sometimes the experiences. Cause like sometimes you're around that person so much. But that's why when I have a female staff, I kind of keep it. I keep my distance. Unless I need something, like I keep my distance. I don't get involved in how they're feeling. I don't get involved. Now my male staff, man, we kind of bond because we're dudes anyway. So it's like, oh, you're a dude, I'm a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. Hey, some good burger references today. I at least made one. For those who know that song, he's a dude, she's a dude, he's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey, but yeah, we keep a bond, and it's hard to like. Dudes are able to compartmentalize. So when I see my staff on the street, they still acknowledge me as a man. But when they're at my job, they're like, "Oh yeah, let me help you real quick," and back away. Like, give him his space.
Yeah, but it's a different environment when they're supposed to be helping you and you're at home. Then they're like, okay, this is work mode. But when you're like out in public, it's like, you're just like supposed to be an average Joe on the street, I think. But then you know him, so it's different.
Like it's funny because I've had a lot of staff. Like I picked up girls while my staff was there.
Oh, you've done that.
Oh yeah, I actually had one of them stop her because she was moving too fast for my chair to catch up, and I need to get the number. I was like, "Yo, scream her name real quick."
Oh, Dom, you needed a wingman?
No, I just couldn't catch her. Like her legs were moving faster than my chair that day, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, because our chairs can move pretty fast.
Yeah, she was booking it.
Creepy? Was she creeped out by you?
Nah, man, because I knew her from college, so it wasn't like.
It wasn't like creeped out mode, was it?
Cause funny stories. The more confident you are, people, the more things will come to you, even when you're not too sure about it. Cause she's part of our student union, and activities. So I didn't. Nothing came about it. But at least a brother had game to talk. That was good. Cause
Yeah.
she saw me on the bus and she knew who I was. It's like, it took me like 10 seconds to remember her name. It's a little too long to remember somebody's name.
Yeah, maybe, Dom. Maybe. See, I don't
I
go up to
just
people and ask them for numbers.
I don't add. I only asked her for a number because it was going smooth. Because she waited for me off the bus and everything, and she like rode and I rode. We walked and talked. I rode and she walked, and we talked for a while.
Yeah, but like, I get people who like whistle or like gawk, but I don't ever get people. I don't know. It kind of depends. If I sit down and have a conversation with somebody and then we're talking, and I'm like, oh, I really want to talk to you again. And then I'm like, here. Um, they're like, what's your number? And I'm like, just put your number in my phone. Sometimes,
Yeah,
depending on who it is. But then again, I'm from a small town, so
me, I'm like, where do I know you from? It was like this girl. I saw her a bunch at the comic book shop with her boyfriend, and she tried to talk to me a little bit, and I was like, she stopped me. She was like, "Dude, you don't know who I am, right?" She kept looking at me all hard at the bus stop, and I was like, "She's an attractive lady. I'm gonna go talk to her." And she kept looking me dead in my face, and she's like, "You don't know who I am, do you?" And I was like, "No. Who are you? Well, how do we meet?" And she's like, "Well, you were picking up your comic books, and I was there with my boyfriend." And I was like, "Ooh, I hear the word boyfriend. I can instantly shut down thoughts." But
and
but she recognized me. We used to talk all the time.
so how should we steer this back into our conversation about stereotypes, Dom?
Stereotypes there. We you can, as you can tell, we've defined this. We defy stereotypes because you know what, we all like to do what we gotta do. Everybody's a stereotype. Everybody's a little bit racist. Everybody's a little biased. I feel like stereotypes for people with disabilities will change as we get more people.
Well, okay, like the people with disabilities stereotype that I run into most commonly is like the very disabled people who can't do anything. Or like the people who can, who's like culture, family, whatever they grew up in, has sheltered them so much that they're like,
See, I think it's just where you're from. I think like being in the city, I've ran into all of them, but I've never really ran into one more than the other. Like I feel like yeah, some culture wise, you'll be like yeah, poor me. I find people that can do more, that want to do more, that do a lot. Their parents pity them still because it's not the person itself's fault. I feel like it becomes your fault when you're an adult and you don't want to do anything. I don't really think it's your fault when you're raised to think one way. It's kind of like somebody that joins, a cult. That's all you know.
well, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think that's the stereotype that I know people like me have been put in because they don't know me. They just assume they're like, oh, this is what I've heard, so we're just gonna. And then you like have to work your way out of that stereotype. It's kind of really annoying and
Well, I always
cumbersome.
felt like mental, cognitively impaired people, like if you were cognitively impaired or, the R word, I'm not gonna say it, but cognitively impaired is definitely, the proper terminology. If you were in a wheelchair, you were already mentally slow. Like that's the one I run into. But the minute I open my mouth, um, that goes away. I've been told by other people that are way more functioning than I am. Like will tell me, I was like, do I ever come across like that? They say, no, not the minute you open your mouth. The minute you open your mouth, we're all screwed.
Well, like, I've worked very hard to build a reputation, and so people knows that so people know that I'm like.
Oh, we all do, and we all build that reputation that we're not like them. I myself.
Yeah, or like when I worked my way through college, I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it all by myself, and I'm gonna do everything that everybody else does to be like, this wasn't handed to me, and like it wasn't adapted, and this is what it was.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with adaptions. Let me put it out there.
There's nothing wrong with them, Dom. Okay, and I know that, but this is I was talking
about best way to put it is she didn't get a handout.
Yeah, that's what yeah, that's what you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Put it out there for the listeners to understand.
No, and some people like necessary adaptions. I get, and they make like a lot of sense, and some people need help with this, or some people need help with that, or they need note takers, but there are people out there who feel like just because of who they are entitled to have whatever they want handed to them.
Of course. And those people are the ones I punch in the face, or when I see them, I really fuck them up mentally. Like I give them the heave ho. Like I'm like, you can't handle the real, cause like that's not the real world. Like your mama and daddy will die one day, and then you'll be like in a nursing home going, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, well I know able-bodied people who are like that too. They're like,
yeah, dude. I smacked it. I run their feet over too. I smack the shit out of them like a pimp.
Like, I know an able-bodied. I have an example of both an able-bodied and a disabled-bodied person. Different majors, but the able-bodied person thought because their mommy and daddy was rich and funding them and funding, part of the school, they're like, I'll just get my degree and I can party and sell drugs on the side. And
yeah, that sounds like a very good idea, right? Nah.
Well, they didn't go to my school, and I was like, how'd that turn out for you? Come to find out, that said kid ended up dropping out a semester later and being transferred back to a community college in the cities close to where his parents live. And then I've run into a couple people who are like, oh, well, I made it to college and I want to be in this program and I'm going to class, so they have to give me my degree. And I'm like, no. It's called do your homework. But I've also had a person who is able-bodied do that too. And they're like, but I didn't go. And I should have passed because I was in that class.
We've just discussed stereotypes are true, partially. And that in this conversation, we just realized that everybody is the same on the inside. Either you're a lazy bastard, you're a semi-lazy bastard,
or you're a motivated person. Or you're a semi-motivated person.
I'm a motivated person, but I'm a lazy bastard at heart.
Like, I'm a motivated person, but I'm not very good at, I don't think I could run my own business. Whereas I think Dom could run his own business.
I could. Because I like to see a product.
I like to be scheduled and busied and, have segregated blocks of time, not have, lots of things run over.
I like designated blocks of time, but I also I can manage both. Oh yeah, you wouldn't work well with your own business. You'd be like, I'm not having a meeting on that day. I need time to do this. I'm like, hey, how are we gonna do this? Like the way we do this show. Let me put it to you this way. She goes, Dom, think of a topic. Dom. I'm like, when are you free? I don't know yet. I'll tell you. Like, I'm like, okay. Well, you know my schedule. I give her my schedule early in advance. Mind you, I haven't got Metal Gear Solid 5 yet, and she's just like she's dreading the fact that I might have a new game. So
No, we're not going to be taking a break. Dom already promised that.
I'm not gonna.
But
take a break.
What?
I'm not gonna take a break. She might have to. She might have to find a special guest.
No, but Dom has a more predictable schedule than I do right now. Like, I end up babysitting quite a bit for my brother or my other brother. I have 2 different brothers, and it just kind of depends on their schedules and when they need me and when I have free time, and that's never the same.
Even if my schedule was unpredictable, it'd still be predictable in my habit movements because that's how I roll.
Well, and the thing is, Dom didn't tell you, but I edit every single one of these shows.
Yeah, she does. She edits. That's her thing though. Like, she enjoys it. She's like, I stayed up. I went through. I fine-tooth combed it. I would have put it out raw. I'd have been like, make sure the levels were right. Make sure the audio matched up to what we were doing. But
no, I listened through these back. Then cut out like the dead space.
I do the next day and I laugh.
So, well, little do you know, this episode's going up Monday, and we're recording this at 10 o'clock my time, which would be 11 o'clock Dom's time.
And I gotta get up for the surgery, so.
Dom's getting his wisdom teeth removed. You better wish Dom a good luck. I don't know how well he's gonna be able to talk next week.
Wow, boy.
Because, you know, I've actually never had my wisdom teeth removed, so. But I heard it's quite painful.
It is. It's quite painful when they grow in. Yeah.
And you just didn't have them removed?
They're not fully there. They're still soft. If I waited till I was like a year soon later, they'd be hard and they'd have to cut them out.
So they're just gonna like pull them out?
Pretty much, or they're gonna cut them out because now I'm 25, but I don't think bone hardens the day that you turn 25.
I think everybody's teeth and everything develop differently. Like, my one brother has a almost 1-year-old, and my other brother's girlfriend has a almost 2-year-old, and they have the same amount of teeth, Dom. So everybody kind of develops on their own schedule. But I would kind of figure that your growth plates are almost fused. Or if not already. I mean, I stopped growing at like 16.
I stopped growing at like probably early because I was been 5'1" forever.
I'm 5'2"3/4. So.
With a dominating presence, not really. She's dominating, but I'm.
I can be. If I need to take control of the situation, we can take control of the situation.
I imagine you can, but you'd have to fight me for control.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not submissive at all.
Oh yeah, but I could put you in your place if I had to.
You would try. I would enjoy it because I'm an argumentative person.
You know what? I actually win a lot of arguments being passive aggressive, so.
I'm a passive aggressive person too, and you know I like to analyze people why they're not saying what they want to say. So I just poke at you while you're just be like, I'm poking at you, and I'm like, no, you're not. I'm letting you. I'm wide open here. You're more wide open.
Oh, come on!
So, as we're having a conversation among conversations, this is what we really sound like when we're not doing a show.
This is what we always sound like.
Yeah, when we're not doing a show and it's not more structured. Like, our shows are a lot more structured than our conversations.
Our real conversations, yeah, because we try to steer him back in one direction. But, like, we talk, and we talk for hours, and it's never, like, we'll start at one thing, and we'll be, like, way over on the other side of the spectrum when we're done.
Yeah, pretty much. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, winter is coming. I will bid you a fond.
Hey, Dom, we should we do, like, specials with, talking about our favorite shows as they come out?
We could, because you know, fall is coming. And
fall is coming, and the good ones are coming back.
And Big Bang Theory is coming back next week, and
you know, like Game of Thrones will be coming back this late winter, early spring. And Grimm's.
That's when the podcast will definitely turn into. We'll have to stop our gushing about it so much on here.
And like, well, Grimm is coming back. We mentioned that in last week's episode.
Yeah, we did. We'll come back. The cripple will return.
So those will always be interesting. But I'm finally getting over my cold, and next week Dom's gonna have no wisdom teeth, so it's gonna be a very interesting show.
She's gonna do a lot of talking, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, you're gonna get to know Sam.
Oh, I think Dom's giving away enough of my secrets as it is.
I don't know anything about you.
You know plenty.
I don't know enough.
Why do you say that, Dom? Cause why?
You're still mysterious to me.
Why am I mysterious?
I don't know. She knows everything about me, though.
I know what he wants me to know about him. And that's the truth.
You make me seem so mysterious.
But it's the truth. I know what Dom wants me to know about him.
That's true. You should get to know me better as time goes on, but...
Hey, well, you know, it's taken me a year to get this far, and I don't see us stop being friends anytime soon, so...
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, because I gotta get my ass to bed...
Yeah, so he can get his teeth removed tomorrow.
Oh, man, at 6:30 in the morning. Oh.
And maybe Dom will figure out his mic situation and not break his microphone next week.
Yeah, I fixed it. Now I have to fix my other mic that's built into my computer. So,
you know, because Dom's kind of accident prone with his microphones lately.
I am, because I have a big funky chair.
Well, so do I, but I don't break my microphone.
Hey, that's because it's nice and you're nice and smooth. Spaces. I'm a clutter bug.
I try not to keep anything on the floor because if I do, I break it.
I didn't break it. My wires get hooked on my chair the way my chair goes.
Oh, I tuck away wires so I don't get hooked. But I do tend to break a lot of headphones, like earbuds, not big headphones. Because, you know.
I end up getting shorts in them because I wear them big headphones too much.
Like, my big headphones are fine, but, like, my earbuds, they always get broke because I'm always using them, and they're, like, half out of my pocket, or, like, half on a table, and then, you know, they get crushed. I'm sure Dom's been there with the rest of us.
But, yeah, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, freaks, geeks, this has been another Real Talk.
Yeah, and we need to tune in next week and listen to how Dom's gonna speak.
Most definitely. And it's always a pleasure. Hope you enjoy the madness that is this show.
Yeah, I think this show was a little crazy. We didn't really have much of a topic for a while.
It's okay, though.
It's okay. But yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
Peace.